Good morning everyone and welcome back. It's currently 3:30 in the morning and I am going for a sunrise with two of my friends. It's been a long time since I've done that, and for the very first video in Sydney, well, it seems a bit on point and on brand for me to go suffer, isn't it? Anyways, say hello to the camera, boys. I think they can see you.
We are going to suffer.
Yes.
Oh boy. I mean, you two are going to leave early, so technically speaking, I'm going to suffer the most. But either way, it's going to be quite a long way there, so I am going to put you on motion laps to skip you the pain and suffering of traveling on a bus at night. Plus these two are going to be asleep, so it's going to be me who is going to be looking at the bloody phone for the whole bloody time, making sure we don't get off at the wrong stop. Anyways, without further ado, let's go on with today's suffering. After a long bus ride, we have arrived at our destination. Well, sort of. We are currently in Coleroy and we are going all the way to a place called Long Reef Headland, a place that I have not been to in a long time. I do hope you can actually see me because we are in currently pitch dark and I'm using supernova mode on this bloody thing and there are barely any lights, so I do have a headlamp mounted right on my forehead. So yeah, it's going to be a fun walk and I do actually have no idea what to expect because the last time I was there, kind of fumbled things up, and this time I don't quite understand what I should prepare because it's been a long time without a sunrise. Though I am looking forward to it because, you know, it's always a fun time with my friends. Anyways, I don't think I can put you back on motion laps, but I'll turn on night mode and continue walking on. And it's going to be a short walk downhill, I think, or uphill. Who knows, around 30 minutes. Right, boys? 30 minutes? I think so. Guys?
Didn't hear anything you said. Yep. Yes.
God damn it. Anyways, I'll flip you around and let's go. After a bit of walking uphill, here we are at our destination. I mean, you can barely see anything, and the best you can see are these lights right behind me. They're surprisingly bright actually, but I don't think you can really see my face that clearly at all. I have my headlamp on the floor to hopefully help with things, and you can, you know, actually see my face right here. My friends are all back there, and I don't think you can see anything. Alex, say hello.
Hola.
I mean, you hear him, you can barely see him. So that's going to be the main issue here, because if you can't see me, that means you'll barely see anything here. So I'll likely just skip all the B-roll and go straight to the setup. I don't think you can see it at all, but I'm just going to point you in an approximate direction, like there or so. I am likely going to set a photo there and see if I can wait for the sunrise. I do hope it's off-board by a few, what's the word? Degrees to downwards to the south, so I can actually get the calm position I want. I have no idea what these idiots are looking at. Hopefully they're looking at the right direction. I do think they're doing Astro or something, but that is not my field. Anyways, enough of this rambling, and I think it's long enough in the video that you're probably going to click off, so let's skip everything and go straight to the setup. Anyways, here we are for the first shot for the day, and honestly, I don't think you could actually see what I was actually doing for the entire time because it was so dark. And hold up, is the Pocket 3 actually tracking me? It kind of is, but let's readjust that. Anyways, better. So I think it's a pretty good time to go over why I am not exactly waiting for the sun to come up and what I was actually doing for the entire period of time. Before that, let's take a look at what I'm using. So 15 to 35 at 24mm for a wider angle. I thought 35, I thought 20. This kind of looks like a good middle ground. And with f4.5, it doesn't really matter. f4, 5.5, 5.0, 5.6, as long as I get a good enough background separation, that's all it matters. So this is a pretty good compromise with a landscape orientation. I want that 16:10 crop with a little bit of an extension towards the staircase because the vertical one doesn't quite get into that. And I do think a wallpaper would work a lot better than just something, you know, of a phone wallpaper looking good kind of shot. So this requires a lot of stacking and editing. I do expect it to be around 4 or 5 layers, but that is to be expected. For the lights, one light on top of the camera, one light over there with one flash in the back of the doll. So this is a tri-lighting setup. So one light for the eyes, the other for the face, and one more for the back, because all of that, yes, it's white, but that doesn't reflect light that well because the sun is right overhead. And as you can see, well, even without it rising, it's actually quite bright. So I need a balanced lighting, and that's all that is. Which is a good segue to say why I am not waiting for the sun to rise up. I don't know if I can cover this in the B-roll or not. There is not exactly a lot of sun rays coming in, and the cloud cover is pretty bad today. Though that does mean I get a banger of a red sky, orange-ish. With some editing, I think that would pop really, really well. That's about it for everything. It's actually quite calm right now. The wind hasn't kicked up yet, so I do hope I can get one more shot down there before the wind actually starts getting gusty and, you know, ruins everything here, because the doll has a long head wig and I don't think that would work very well with any sort of wind. Anyways, that's enough of my rambling. I think I covered everything, so let's take a look at the shot. And I think that actually looks pretty good. Even just looking at the back of the camera screen, it actually looks quite nice. So I do expect it to look quite good in terms of, you know, tier listing. I give it this A tier or something. With stacking, I think this is one of the best shots I will get for sunrise. Anyways, it's about time I pack up, I do my B-roll, I do my phone shots and everything, and probably move down there because my friend's down there as well. Well, let's move. So we've walked a little bit down and here we are at the second intended spot. This I have done a long time ago. I'll show the photo right up here. I don't think I've showed a photo for that one, you know, back in 2023, so I'll show it up here as well. It's not that good of a photo and this one's way better. Though I am here slightly earlier than expected, so yeah, I'm not sure what I should do. Maybe do exactly what I did last time with the fence and all of this, with a 7200 instead of a 1535, but who knows, maybe the sun is going to cause a little bit of an issue with the flaring, so I am not quite sure. My friend is all the way down there doing his bird stuff, like there or so. I don't know if you can see him or not. And the other one's right here. Not quite sure what we're going to do. Maybe he's going to do some landscape or birds. You're going to focus on birds or something with Alvin?
I'm going to figure it out. Yeah.
No, he's all the way down there, so.
Yeah.
But for me, I'll see what I can pump up without this place, because I'm not quite sure if I should do it or not, but the wind is still quite calm right now, so I think I should stop wasting my time and set up the shot. Anyways, I'm going to do some B-roll and yeah, let's do the setup. Alright, second shot setup, and this is the stock standard lemon photo with the doll sitting on top of some high-risk thing, on top of some high-risk stuff, doing stupid photos. So there you go. Though, side note, I don't know if the Pocket 3 actually captured any of that. There was this bird, a crow or a raven or whatever, just looking at a doll thinking it's food. So yeah, I would rather fight that than have any damage on her. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using. 1535, similar to just now, at 28mm, I wanted wide angle. I did try, vertical, but that didn't quite pan out. So, horizontal this, I'll crop in a little bit as well, make it a postcardy, very filmic tone shot. I'll see what I can do about Fujifilm or maybe Kodak tones and see how that blends in with the shot. Very highlight clipping, very harsh shadows and all that. So yeah, I'll see what I can do about that. Anyways, f4.0 or 5.6? 4.0. So as you can see, there are a lot of light at the back, including all of the sun reflecting off the water. So I want the bokeh balls. However, it's all blown highlights and I'm not quite sure how that would work out. Maybe you'll see some bokeh balls, maybe you'll not, but either way, I do not want to have it as a distraction in the background. So blurring it as much as possible, but I do want some clarity. So we're not fully hitting f2.8 with an ND filter in front, because I need to use my flashes to fight that sun, which is blaring in my face right now. So I want to wrap this up as quick as possible. So yeah, not any of a big deal, no lights, because that wouldn't really make any sense, because you have two flashes, one flash right here, one flash right below me, shining right into the doll's eyes, basically just combating the sunlight, because with these flashes, you can get a good enough lighting. And that's pretty much about it. My friends are back there. Well, see the crow over there, the bird, that one, that's someone that was harassing me just now. Anyways, let's take a look at the shot. I'd say not as good as the one just now, definitely not at the same tier, because this one's kind of sunrised shot instead of a sun rising shot. That one's way better, but this is what you get for getting the peak shot up there. I do think that maybe if I do come back one more time in the future, can't guarantee that, I might do a sunrise shot here instead and do a sunrise shot up there. Who knows? Anyways, I'll film the B-roll, complete everything, try and not piss the bird off, and let's pack up. Alright, we're done with this place, and honestly, it's good, but I can't really stay for longer. We're all hungry, and I think it's about time we head out back to the city for some breakfast. It's currently 8, but we have to walk quite a bit to get to the nearest bus stop. I suspect it's going to be around 30 minutes, so in the meantime, enjoy some music, enjoy some B-roll, and I'll put you on motion laps again. So yeah, hopefully this walk is going to be at least somewhat better, since the weather is at least not too hot right now. Can't say the same for later though. Anyways, I'll flip you around and let's go for some B-roll. Right, skipping forward a little bit, and I think you can already predict what is happening. Originally, I intended to shoot this spot right behind me. It is a high-up vantage point that lets you see the Sydney Harbour Bridge right behind this tree. And unfortunately, it's mostly fenced off because of, well, I don't know why. They say asbestos, I don't really buy that. And also there are sprinklers running all over the place, so it's pretty wet. Even if I could shoot it, not exactly very ideal. There's also a museum right over there blaring massive speakers and really loud music. A museum, of all places. Bloody hell. So instead I will be doing some housekeeping regarding the channel and myself, so if you're just here for the dolls, you're not gonna get anything here. Click off anyways. So, about me in Sydney. So this is technically the third video I have attempted to film here, and the first two were just absolute disasters. I will try and incorporate some of the footage in other videos like here and there, but I don't really have any promises with those, so stay tuned if you do want to see some of those footage, you know, all over the place. But if not, those will be relegated to just behind the scenes with just, you know, a phone camera and all that. I will be staying in Sydney this time around for around 3 months or so not exactly a very long time. It is pretty good for mental health. However, that means all of the traveling, all of these videos will need to be filmed quite intensively. And I also do want to get all of those further away, requiring more travel spots in this period of time, because, you know, it's getting towards autumn and winter, so it's much more cooler in the upcoming months. So I do want to do those as soon as possible. Therefore, it is highly unlikely that I will be bringing the one-bag setup to a lot of places in Sydney. Yes, I know I hyped it a lot in Hong Kong, and unfortunately it just isn't the case in foreign countries. In places like Hong Kong, you can just go out and go about your day and just buy a drink anywhere, basically. But if I'm in Sydney and, you know, like this morning, if I was at the pool, or say if I was up on that hill, where's the bloody drinks? Like a mile away. I would have just died before I got there. So I will have to bring like water, some biscuits or whatever, just a whole bag of resources. And at that point, I might as well just bring my big backpack like today. So it is unfortunate that I can't exactly do that. And I do kind of feel bad for it because I really expected to be a little bit more mobile and a little bit more relaxing in these 3 months. But so far, unlikely the case here. The second thing is actually really important is that I will only be focusing on Mio and Fubuki for these 3 months. And for the months that I am back in Hong Kong, at least for this year, they won't be present. This is because I only brought them to Sydney this year, and the remaining 3 are stationed in Hong Kong. They will be on trips to sneak peek Japan, maybe, perhaps, mid of year. Who knows? I might do that, I might not do that. But one of them is going to Japan, and it's not going to be Mio or Fubuki because they're staying in Sydney, and I am not going to move them around all that much. So unfortunately, it seems that I will only be able to reunite all of them, all 5 of them, by the end of this year. It's not that far off, so I do think it's fine. Anyways, that's it for the updates. I might do a little bit more in the next video if I do come by anything. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching to the absolute end of this garbage video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this garbage. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about, my quote-unquote first video in Sydney back in 6 months. And I will see you next week. Lemon out.